Hello, readers. Welcome to another reading lesson with me, Miss Taylor. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming. So let's see. We are ready to read. Are we ready? Let's check. Do we have our textbook? Got my textbook here. Bookmark or finger to track and follow along. Workbook and a pencil. Some things to keep in mind. Please remember to track with your finger to read each word carefully and pay attention to end marks. All right, some of our goals for today, we're going to read with accuracy and expression. We're going to understand what's happening in the story, make connections to characters' feelings, and enjoy the story. All right, we know that reading is thinking. There are so many things going on in our brains as we are reading. We're making connections, we're visualizing, we're asking questions, we're summarizing, we're predicting, we're synthesizing, and we're inferring. So you can thank your brain for all these awesome things that are going on inside your brain as we are reading and thinking. And today we have a new vocabulary sentence. So let's see. Whoops. We don't want that. Let's see. I'm going to try to see if I can scoop myself out of the way here. Our new vocabulary sentence is: she demonstrated how animals use oxygen. And I'm trying to make myself a little bit smaller here. Maybe, there we go. All right, so she demonstrated how animals use oxygen. So the sentence says she demonstrated something. When you demonstrate something, you show it. So if you demonstrate something, you show. So if you were to demonstrate how to make a sandwich, you would show someone how to make a sandwich. All right. She demonstrated how animals use oxygen. And oxygen is the part of the air that your body needs to survive. So we need oxygen to survive. If there's no oxygen in the air, we would die. So let's listen to the sentence again. She demonstrated how animals use oxygen. Everybody, what word means showed? Yeah, demonstrated. What word means the part of the air that we need to survive? Yeah, oxygen. So a couple of pictures here, cute little puppies. Here's some animals. And then I have a picture of some clouds and air to help us remember that oxygen is the part of the air that our body needs to survive. All right, we are on lesson 56 for today. It is on page 279. 279 looks like this, and we have some words for today on page 279. Please follow along with me. Either track with your finger or a bookmark. All right, in column 1, all these words have more than one syllable. The first part of each word is underlined. Word 1, what's the underlined part? And the whole word. Nice job. Word 2, underlined part. And the whole word. Word 3, underlined part. And the whole word. Word 4, underlined part. And the whole word. Word 5, underlined part. And the whole word. Nice job. Let's try it the fast way. Welcome. Aboard. Baggage. Toothbrush. Underlined. Nice job. All right, column 2. All these words have an ending. Let's see, and column 2, we're just going to do it the fast way. Boarded. Clothing. Checkered. Adults. Provided. Nice job. And column 3, all of these words also have an ending. Let's try the fast way. 11th. Remembering. questioned, scientists. Nice job. And column 4, doctor, guy, route. You can also pronounce it route. So the route or the route, either one is fine. Tokyo, packed, suit. Nice job. Alrighty. So we are going to read more facts about Japan. So let's get ready to learn about Japan. In today's story, you will read about Wendy in Japan. The map shows the route that her jet plane took to Japan. Name the country the jet left from. Everybody name that country. Get ready. Canada. Yeah. In fact, this part of Canada is kind of right above Washington State. There's Washington State in America, and there is Canada. This is really close to where my husband's family lives. They live on Vancouver Island in Canada, right there. All right. In which direction did the jet fly? What's the answer? Yeah, west. So the plane took off from Canada. The X on the map shows where the flight started. The plane landed in Japan. It landed in the city of Tokyo. Get ready to tell the direction Wendy's plane took. Oh, you already told me. What direction was that? West. Nice job. And in your book, please trace the route that the jet plane took with your finger. All right. The jet landed in a city in Japan. Name that city. Yeah, Tokyo. Nice job. All right. So let's see. Before we read the story, let's make sure we can answer some questions without looking. Everybody, what country did Wendy leave from? Canada. Yep. What country did she go to? Japan. What city in Japan did she go to? Tokyo. And which direction did she travel to go from Canada to Japan? West. Nice work. All right. Let's go ahead and find part C in our textbooks. We're on page 280. Part C, a surprise at the space station. Ooh, are you making some predictions? What's the surprise going to be? I wonder. Let's find out. From the space station, Wendy could see the city of Tokyo, the largest city in Japan. So everybody, what country is Tokyo in? Japan, yeah. And we don't know how she got to the space station, but she's already there. Ooh, she's already at the space station. The space station was about 20 miles from Tokyo. Wendy stood in front of the large window and looked down at the beautiful city. She had traveled by jet from Canada to Japan. She had landed at the Tokyo airport. 5 other students who were going on the trip to Jupiter were on Wendy's flight. So 5 other students were on her flight. Newspaper reporters met the students at the Tokyo airport. They questioned the students about how they felt about being selected to go on this trip. Wendy said it was the most important thing that had ever happened to her. At the airport, Wendy and the other students had boarded a special bus that took them from the airport to the space station. All right, everyone. So how did Wendy and the other 5 students get from the airport to the space station? Yeah, they took a bus. As Wendy looked out the window, she wondered if she had packed everything she would need on the trip. Part of the letter that told her that she had been selected was a list of things that she should take with her. The list named things like toothbrush and clothing. Part of the letter was underlined. Your baggage must not weigh more than 100 pounds. Hmm. So the heaviest that her bags can be are 100 pounds. So they can be less than 100 pounds. They just can't be more than 100 pounds. Wendy had her camera, 3 books, paper, and pencils. She didn't have room for her computer and some of the other things she had wanted to take. In fact, before she packed, she had her room filled with things she wanted to take, but she had to leave most of them behind. Does this ever happen to you when you're packing for a trip and then you want to bring all kinds of stuff and then your parents say, nope, can't bring all that. I know that's happened to me where I realize, ooh, I don't need to bring all this stuff. She walked from the window and sat down next to one of the boys who was going on the trip. His name was Bob. Bob. Where's Bob? My cat's name is Bob, but she's upstairs. She said, "Do you have your list of students?" "Yeah," he said. He opened a little bag and pulled out the list. She didn't know any of the other students who were going. Sydney's name was not on the list. So remember, Sydney was the girl who sat behind Wendy during the test. And if her name is not on the list, that means she doesn't get to go on the trip. For a moment, Wendy felt sad, remembering how Sydney looked after the test. Wendy imagined how Sydney must have felt today, knowing that the other students were going on the trip. Can you imagine what that would have felt like? Like all the other kids getting to go, well, not all the other kids, but some of the other kids being able to go on this amazing trip, and then you're just at home. Be pretty disappointed. Wendy told herself not to think about Sydney. She asked Bob, "Do you know any of the other kids who are going on this trip?" "Well, I did," he said. "Tim Mallory was supposed to go, but he's very sick and he can't make it. That poor guy." "That must be terrible," Wendy said. Can you imagine if you had this amazing trip planned and then you got sick, like this poor kid Tim? That would be really disappointing. "I'm here!" a voice shouted from behind Wendy. "I'm here!" Wendy turned around and looked. She couldn't believe what she saw. There was Sydney, standing in a checkered coat with her arms stretched out from her sides. She was laughing. "I'm here," she repeated. Huh. Ooh, are you predicting what happened? So we just found out that there was one student who got sick. A student named Tim got sick and couldn't go on the trip. And now Sydney's here. Yeah, she probably got to go because this one other student got sick. And what we just did then, that was called inferring. We're figuring it out from clues in the story and about what we already know about. Like if you have a list of 10 people who get to go somewhere and then somebody gets sick, usually they let the next person in. So we can also figure out, we can infer, I wonder how Sydney did on the test. Yeah, she probably got the 11th highest score. Because remember, the students who got the 10 highest scores get to go on the trip. But one student got sick. So probably the next student who would get to go was the person who got the 11th best score. Wendy jumped up, ran over to Sydney, and threw her arms around her. "Wow," Wendy said. "I can't believe it." "Me neither," Sydney said. "But I'm here." "But your name is not on the list," Wendy said. "That's because I shouldn't be here," Sydney said. "I guess I had the 11th highest score." Wow, she must be feeling like it's pretty lucky that I got to come. So, Sydney explained, "They called me last night and told me that somebody got sick and couldn't go. They asked if I could go." "Could I go? Could I go?" She laughed. "Could I go? You bet I could." She's like, "They asked me if I could go. You bet I could go." All right, please read the rest of the story to yourself. Raise your hand when you're finished. If you're not finished reading, please pause the video. So students, what did the doctor's report say about Wendy's health? Yeah, that she was in good health. She was safe to go. And most of the other passengers on the trip were not young people like Wendy. Who were they? Yeah, scientists. And how many young people had made this trip before Wendy and the other students in her group? None. Wow, this must be really exciting. All right, students, nice work today. Let's see what's next. So you are going to reread the story one more time on your own. You're going to answer the questions at the end of the story, and you're going to complete your workbook. Then read for 20 more minutes sometime throughout your day. I know I really love to read before going to bed, and I bet you do too. That's a really good habit to have in life, is to read kind of before bedtime. Yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you again soon. Bye.